The United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, commemorates 50 years of work in Peru. These are some of the most outstanding milestones in the country and the world during these 5 decades, promoting rights and choices for all. 1969. UNFPA was established. Rafael Salas was appointed as its first executive director. 1971. The General Assembly mandated UNFPA to lead population programs. 1972. UNFPA opened its office in Peru. In addition, the 7th National Population Census and the 2nd Housing Census took place. 1974. That year, the World Population Conference was held in Bucharest. 1979. The Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women was adopted. 1980. The National Population Council, CONAPO, was established in Peru. 1984. The 2nd International Conference on Population was held in Mexico. 1985. The National Population Policy Law was enacted in Peru. 1987. Dr. Nafis Sadik was appointed Executive Director of UNFPA. 1993. Women's rights were recognized as human rights. They were ratified at the United Nations World Conference on Human Rights in Vienna. 1994. A change in humanity's view of reproductive rights took place in Cairo. 179 governments consolidated a program of sustainable action at the International Conference on Population and Development. 1995. The 4th United Nations World Conference on Women was held in Beijing. That same year, the first National Household Survey took place in Peru, with the support of UNFPA. In addition, Peru approved the use of no-cost family planning. In 1996, UNFPA Executive Director Dr. Nafis Sadik visited Peru. 2000, the Demographic and Family Health Survey, ENDES, incorporated a module on violence. 2001, Thoraya Ovaid was appointed Executive Director of UNFPA. 2007, after the earthquake in Pisco, UNFPA actively collaborated identifying the profile of the victims and supported the planning of the national census that year. 2011, Dr. Babatunde Osotobekein was appointed Executive Director of UNFPA. 2013, in that year, 38 countries adopted the Montevideo Consensus on Population and Development, with the objective of strengthening the implementation of the Cairo Program of Action in the region. 2015, the countries of the world adopted the 2030 Agenda of the Sustainable Development Goals. 2017, Dr. Natalia Canam was appointed Executive Director of UNFPA. This same year in Peru, the 12th Population Census, the 7th Housing Census, and the 3rd Indigenous Community Census were conducted, including for the first time in history, questions on ethnic self-identification. 2018, Lima hosted the 3rd meeting of the Regional Conference on Population and Development, with Peru holding the presidency. That year also, Peru became a country of massive migration destination for the first time in history, with the entry of nearly 700,000 migrants and refugees from Venezuela. 2019, UNFPA commemorated its 50th anniversary at the global level. Accelerating the promise, the Nairobi Summit was held to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Cairo International Conference on Population and Development. 2020, the pandemic of COVID-19 started, affecting the supply of sexual and reproductive health services and services to protect against gender-based violence. UNFPA supported the Ministry of Health to ensure the continuity of sexual and reproductive health services nationwide by providing personal protective equipment to healthcare providers, valued at close to $1 million. 2021. The government of Peru launched the vaccination campaign against COVID-19 for pregnant women with the support of UNFPA and the Peruvian Society of Obstetrics and Gynecology. In addition, UNFPA distributed dignity kits for indigenous women in the Amazon communities and to migrant and refugee women in the northern region of the country. 2022, the UNFPA Executive Board approved the 10th Country Program for Peru, 2022 through 2026. In addition, UNFPA commemorates its 50th anniversary in Peru, a long-standing work. UNFPA 50 years in Peru, contributing to the exercise of the rights and choices of all people. UNFPA Peru.